There you have it, the core tools of my self-actualization journey. You have learned how to consistently meditate for 12 minutes or more in a single sitting, give, receive, and practice gratitude, practice self-compassion. Because let's face it, shit will hit the fan. As you embark on this path, I want you to keep three things in mind. There is no substitution for consistency. Mastery comes from practice. Like Bruce Lee said, fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks, but the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Just as a single workout session isn't a fitness for life ticket, mindfulness requires ongoing practice. It's like mental push ups. The more consistently you do, the stronger your mental fitness becomes. And yes, there will be days, even weeks, when you might not practice. But remember our lessons on self compassion and simply pick up where you left off. Embrace discomfort. With consistent practice, there will be times when you'll be confronted with uncomfortable emotions. Don't bypass these emotions, sit with them. It is a rite of passage. They are an important part of your evolution. Remember, as the Buddha said, this too shall pass. Harvard psychologist Dr. Susan David, an expert in emotional agility, states, discomfort is the price of admission to a meaningful life. I actually scare people when I say this, but understand, we are fortunate that we get to choose our discomfort. Susan later adds that it's just not any discomfort, it is meaningful discomfort. And yes, these practices will also make you emotionally agile, helping you navigate life's twists and turns with self-acceptance, clear-sightedness, and an open mind, while not ignoring difficult emotions and thoughts, and using those feelings to transform and grow. Your mindfulness practice will naturally evolve. My own journey has seen many changes. I regularly evaluate my practice to ensure it's helping me stay on course or grow. If a change isn't serving me, I adapt. Now that you're on your mindfulness journey, consider introducing your team and organization to these practices. Approach this gently. Being preachy or judgmental can actually be counterproductive. Instead, lead by example and invite others to join you on this transformative path. Consider introducing these practices in a bite-sized format, like opening meetings with a moment of gratitude, taking a minute of silence to set intentions at the start of meetings, sharing examples of how you showed self-compassion to yourself. To conclude this chapter, remember that there are no tests or certifications for mindfulness training. The real measure of your progress is how you apply these practices in real life. And life will certainly present you with challenging tests. In the summer of 2022, I short-term rented my house in a hurry to a guy, skipping the background check and taking his word at face value. While enjoying time with my family in India, his first month's rent check bounced. Then he blocked me on the phone and just went dark. Much to my family's disappointment, I had to cut my trip short and took an emergency flight back to Austin. With the help of the Austin police, I evicted him. Entering my house, I found it looking like a war zone. It took two cleaners more than 3 hours of cleaning that day just so that I could sleep in my house that night. It took me another week of 10 to 12 hours a day of cleaning and organizing just to get back to some sort of normalcy. This experience of renting my house to a sociopathic lying junkie was incredibly traumatic. I leaned hard on my practices. I continued meditating. I expressed gratitude for being able to address the situation promptly, as the police reminded me the guy left on the same day without any questions. I refrained from berating myself excessively for not doing a background check. I allowed myself to feel grief and anger without becoming these emotions. A couple of weeks after the eviction, my building concierge commented, "You know, Raj, I've seen renters go rogue, but I've never seen anyone handle it like you have." That was a cool passing grade in the real life application of mindfulness. When adversity strikes, be like water. As the Taoist philosophy teaches, when a tree falls across a stream, the water doesn't try to push the log away. Instead, it flows over it, around it, finding a way nonetheless.